Hey everybody, welcome to another Mancoll Minute. So, hope you're all staying safe, washing your hands, staying away from everybody like you're supposed to. But we thought we'd take this time right now on Mancoll Minute to really answer some questions from patients, people interested in the kind of things I do. And I've gotten a bunch of questions from folks, but there's one I really love talking about because it can be very confusing for patients when they see that there's Vaser lipo and laser lipo and traditional lipo and tumescent lipo and tickle lipo, and gosh, there's probably a few more I'm missing at the moment. But they all, when you read about them, the people that advocate them make them sound like they're the latest and the greatest and there's nothing better. But the reality is they're just different energies to do liposuction. So I have smart lipo, which is a laser. I have Vaser lipo, which is actually internal ultrasound. I have power assisted lipo, which is an oscillating type of liposuction. And of course, all of it's based on traditional liposuction, in which we're putting tumescent or this dilute numbing medicine in. So it's how you want to market it as much as anything else. So the question that came to me, of course, was what's the difference between Vaser Lipo 360 and traditional Lipo 360? So in my hands, I use those energies to help free up fat, to loosen it up, to, in some cases, stimulate more skin contraction, and just honestly make it a little bit more efficient to remove the fat. So I would tell you on one hand, Vaser Lipo 360 and traditional Lipo 360 is no different. It just makes it a little bit easier to get the fat out, and then I get a little more skin tightening when I use those energies. So if traditional lipo would give maybe a 5% skin tightening, with the energy you might see 20%, 25%, depending on who you read. I saw some people talking about maybe even up to a 33 or 35% tightening when I add Renuvion. Of course, that's my little wand here, which is a version of a radiofrequency treatment. So I certainly like Vaser lipo, but I've replaced it in my practice with PAL, or power assisted. And the reason is this: the Vaser does create a lot of heat, just like the laser. And in some patients who are pre-genetically disposed to a lot of scarring, whether it's Black, Hispanic, even certain Asian skin types, I felt like those folks ended up with a lot more contour irregularities, a lot more waviness, irregular dimpling, things like that. The power assisted is some people would call cold lipo, meaning it doesn't generate a lot of heat, but you get, I think, a much smoother fat removal with less of that irregularity. And then if I truly want to stimulate and maximize skin tightening, some people elect for me to do the Renuvion on top of that. So bottom line, Vaser is a great way to remove fat, maybe get some extra skin tightening, but I think it's got just a little bit more irregularity associated with it than traditional. But in my hands, really power assisted, I think, is the most powerful way I can do lipo. I can remove a lot of fat, get into those deep fat fibrous pockets like the lower back, the chest on men, those kind of places, and really get, I think, a better result. If you have any more questions about that specifically, come on in, be happy to talk to you about that. We're obviously doing virtual consults right now, but as that hopefully changes in the near future, then we can kind of look at how thick your fat is or how stiff it is and determine would Vaser have a role for you or just stick with the power assist that I'm doing. Have a great weekend, stay safe, talk to you soon.